What's up guys, my name is Ryan and I just got back from exploring Tuscany and I want to show you my favorite places, so here's my Tuscany top 10. Tuscany is easily one of the most fascinating regions in all of Italy. Located in the central part of the country, Tuscany is known for its landscapes, history, and artistic legacy. It's a land full of rolling hills dotted with medieval hilltop towns. From the thermal hot springs of Saturnia to the Renaissance city of Florence, Tuscany is a place that needs to be experienced. Let's start this video off in San Gimignano. Now located about an hour's drive from Florence, San Gimignano is a stunning medieval city perched upon a hill. One of the most iconic features of the city is its medieval watchtowers. Currently there are 14 watchtowers still standing, but during its prime there were over 72 towers, with the highest being over 70 meters tall. The towers were built as a result of competing families who wanted to build the tallest and most grand tower. Can't imagine how it must have looked like back then. It was the Manhattan of the Middle Ages. It was so fun to walk through the city. I mean, you literally feel like you're going back in time. San Gimignano flourished as a city until 1348 when the plague of Black Death struck the town, which resulted in killing over half the population. San Gimignano's medieval vibe has been untouched throughout time and it's become one of the most popular medieval locations in all of Italy. Afterwards, we're going to visit the nearby city of Siena. Located about a 40-minute drive from San Gimignano, it's built upon three hills with its central feature being the Piazza del Campo. This public square was once a Roman forum and it was rebuilt in the 13th century. If you look closely, you can see it's made of 9 sections, which represents the Council of Nine. The impressive Tower of Mangia overlooks the plaza. It's over 87 meters high and it takes 500 steps to reach the top. Now twice a year, the square hosts the wild Palio di Siena horse race around the edge of the piazza, and I would love to see that one day. Now another one of my favorite features of the city is the Duomo di Siena. It's a visually stunning church that was completed all the way back in 1246. The interior blew my mind with its black and white pillars and endless artwork, and I couldn't recommend Siena enough. You're gonna fall in love with this medieval city. Now right in between Siena and San Gimignano is another really cool medieval town called Monteregione. It's one of the best medieval walled fortresses I've seen. It was built all the way back in 1219 by the people of Siena to act as a front line in the wars against Florence. Afterwards, we're going to explore the region of Val d'Orcia. Now when you think of Tuscany, this is what you'll probably imagine: lush rolling hills, perfectly aligned cypress trees, and those picturesque hilltop towns. This is easily one of the most scenic parts of Tuscany. Now Val d'Orcia starts in the hills of South Siena and extends to Monte Amiata. Now one of my favorite towns in Val d'Orcia is Pienza. Now located about an hour's drive from Siena, Pienza is a picture-perfect town built upon a hill. The town was first mentioned in the 9th century, but during the 15th century, the entire village was rebuilt to be a Renaissance town to serve as a retreat from Rome. It's one of the first villages to implement urban planning, granting it the nickname the touchstone of Renaissance urbanism. I just love how the city overlooks all the surrounding landscapes. One really cool place right below the city is where the iconic shot of Gladiator was filmed. I just remember watching that movie and thinking how cool it would be to explore Tuscany. Now just 20 minutes from Pienza is the town of Montepulciano. Built high atop a limestone ridge, this medieval Renaissance town is sure to take you back in time. From 1390 to the mid-16th century, Montepulciano enjoyed a prosperous period as architects built luxury homes and Renaissance buildings. Today it's one of the most popular towns in the region. It's where part of the movie Twilight New Moon was filmed. If you're into drinking, Montepulciano is home to some of Italy's best red wines. I mean, the town is just so impressive to me. Definitely one of my favorites in Tuscany. Now afterwards, we're going to visit the Saturnia hot springs. Now located about a 3-hour drive from Florence, these are some of the coolest looking hot springs I've ever seen. The water is this milky blue color and it drains down mineral terraces. The water is a warm 37 degrees Celsius all year round thanks to thermal activity of a nearby volcano. The Romans used to bathe here to experience the hot springs' healing effects. Today they are free to visit all year round and one of Tuscany's most beautiful attractions. I went here a few weeks ago and it was freaking packed. Granted, it was during the middle of the day. during the peak of summer. I'd say if you want to avoid the crowds, I'd recommend coming to the hot springs super early in the morning or during the off season in spring or autumn. Nonetheless, it's still fun to be there. The water felt so good, and I couldn't believe the turquoise blue color. Such an incredible spot you gotta visit if you're in Tuscany. Afterwards, we're going to visit the nearby town of Pitigliano. Now located about a 30-minute drive from Saturnia, Pitigliano is a historic city perched upon a volcanic rock. It's believed that the area around Pitigliano was inhabited during Etruscan times, and in the 1600s, the town started to grow a large Jewish presence as some Jews fled from persecution in Rome, giving it the nickname of Little Jerusalem. Today, Pitigliano is a quaint town. I just love how it's built upon those cliffs, such a sight to see. Now just 10 minutes away is another interesting village called Serrano. Now similar to Pitigliano, it is built upon volcanic rock, and due to its strategic position, it was frequently attacked during medieval times, and as a result it became one of the most well-fortified villages in southern Tuscany. When you go there, you'll feel like you're back in time as you explore this alluring village. Now afterwards, we're going to go visit the famous town of Pisa. Now located about an hour's drive from Florence, Pisa is known worldwide for its leaning tower. The tower is over 55 meters tall and has a lean of nearly 4 degrees. The tower was completed all the way back in 1372. The lean is caused by an unstable foundation that has been a problem ever since it's been constructed. I'm just impressed that they've been able to keep it from falling over all these years. It's definitely a wonder of the world, and you gotta witness it at least once in your life. For our final destination, we're gonna visit the iconic city of Florence. I have to say that Florence is my favorite city in all of Italy. It's considered to be the birthplace of the Renaissance, and it was the most important political, cultural, and economical city in Europe and the world during that time. The history of this city is endless, and without its influence, our world would probably be very different today. Now, one thing that makes Florence magical is that almost the entire city is made up of medieval buildings, which really transports you back in time. One of the most impressive sights in Florence is the Duomo. And when you look at it, you just can't believe how big it is. It was completed in 1436, and it just amazes me that they were able to engineer such a big dome so long ago. The people of Florence sure dreamt big. The Ponte Vecchio Bridge is another historic site. It's where the famous poet Dante encountered his love Beatrice, and also was the only bridge on the Arno River that wasn't destroyed in World War II. The Palazzo Vecchio is another site you gotta see. Now to get the best view of all Florence, I recommend you go to the Piazzale Michelangelo. You'll be able to get panoramic views of the city. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about Florence. You're gonna fall in love with this enchanting city. Well, that is it for my Tuscany Top 10. It's such a fascinating region, and I wish I could visit all its towns and attractions. Let me know where your favorite place is in Tuscany in the comments below. I started a second channel where I post hour-long relaxation films of beautiful places around the world. I'll be doing a film on Tuscany very soon. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see you later.